There's currently 26 different weapons in Fortnite, which poses the question, how do you know what to take? In today's video, we're breaking down each individual weapon, the good, the bad, and its overall rating. Make sure to watch the entire video for the best weapon combos climbing up to Unreal rank. Let's split the weapons into categories. Category 1, assault rifles. You've got 3 options for assault rifles here. The red eye might just be the most alpha weapon in the game, at least on mouse and keyboard. In all rarities, the gun provides great medium to long range cover, low recoil, high damage, and great bullet velocity. This weapon is a must for almost every situation. This gets a 9 out of 10. The Havoc suppressed rifle is a great weapon for early game, but does fall short later on. Tap fire to keep the recoil down and deal decent damage from close to mid-range. The mythic variation from the Vault Keeper is insane, but let's be honest. Once everyone starts picking up red eyes, you need to match them at range or you're done for. I'm rating this a 6 out of 10. Hold on. A new contender for the Alpha Gun has appeared. The Overclocked Pulse Rifle. This can only be found by claiming the circle on top of the island. Tap fire at long range and hip fire at close, and this weapon basically does it all. It also shoots down buildings and objects really fast via its hip fire rate. This one's a must. Definitely rating this a 10 out of 10. Category 2. Submachine guns. There's 4 options in total for SMGs. The standard SMG is a good option for early close range engagements due to its high rate of fire. It also does decent damage to weakened structures, but it's definitely the worst option out of the 4, and I wouldn't recommend an inventory slot for it. Sorry mate, I'd rate this a 4 out of 10. The twin mag SMG has 2 mags which speeds up reload time. Fire 1 bullet when on the slow reload to force it back to the other clip as shown on the video. Your next reload will be faster. Thank me later. We'll give this twin mag a 6 out of 10 rating. The Heisted Blink SMG has the same reload trick as the twin mag. Difference is, this one offers a faster fire rate which means more damage. This variation also gives you a point dash effect after reloading. This is a viable option in late game if playing in close spaces. This weapon has earned an 8 out of 10 rating. The Heisted Run and Gun SMG does insane damage at close range. It offers the slap effect while holding it.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Nope, not that one. The one which gives you unlimited stamina. You can also reload this weapon while sprinting and aiming, making its utility insane. The Run and Gun is worthy of a 9 out of 10. Can't wait to use the Run and Gun and give everyone the brrrr. Category 3, shotguns. There's 6 shotguns in Fortnite to choose from right now. The Maven shotgun is one of the worst choices in the field due to the strength of others. It offers okay damage and is fairly useful at medium range, and has good recovery time between shots being its biggest advantage. But that's about it. For me, it gets a 5 out of 10. The Heisted Accelerant Shotgun is the exotic variation of the Maven. Sounds exotic, doesn't it? This Maven is much more useful for damage and has great recovery time between shots. This weapon increases fire rate between each shot, giving it an SMG shotgun hybrid effect. This is worthy of late game status. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The Combat Shotgun is one of the most annoying weapons to play against. If you get caught in the open, this gun will tear you down. High fire rate and good damage from short to medium range makes it a solid early game option. This weapon is relentless. It deserves a 7 out of 10. The charged shotgun is way too high of a risk to be used in high ranked lobbies. To get its optimal use, you have to charge it, and if you miss your shot, well, you're in trouble. I wouldn't take this gun over the others. Leave it in the bin. It gets a 3 out of 10 from me. The Heisted Breacher shotgun is a weird one. This weapon is strangely effective at long range for a shotgun. Long range for a shotgun. The damage is decent, but I wouldn't recommend it over the Combat Accelerant or Havoc. I give it a 6 out of 10. And speaking of Havoc, please welcome the absolute king of shotguns. This shotgun shoots slow but packs an insane punch at close range. Players with good aim and mechanics will use this gun to basically one-tap headshot opponents. This weapon, especially its mythic variation, is a must for ranked mode. It deserves a 9 out of 10. Category 4, snipers. There's a total of 3 snipers in the game. The Cobra DMR, which is basically a sniper, has its uses, especially early game. Controller players tend to favor this weapon as it's a lot harder to hit moving enemies versus the red eye. You know, aim assist. What did he just say, blood? If you can target slow moving players, then it might be worth grabbing for an early fight. despite its awful bullet velocity. Unfortunately, it's getting a 5 out of 10. The heavy sniper can be a nightmare in the hands of a skilled player. Being able to end someone's game from hundreds of meters with one bullet is crazy. The sniper glint does give away your position, but this could slot nicely into your inventory if you're playing for longer range fights. Some people even prefer this over the red eye for the mid-game period. It earns its rating at an 8 out of 10. The Dragon's Breath sniper causes absolute chaos. You can use this to set buildings on fire, deal huge damage at range, and force your opponents to retreat out of areas early. This weapon offers positional domination and could be a great choice for ranked, if you can find it. I also give this sniper an 8 out of 10. Category 5, pistols. You can choose from 5 pistols depending on the situation. The flint knot pistol can be used for both damage and movement. Hitting enemies with this pistol knocks them directly back, which could be good to distance yourself away. It's lacking in damage and I wouldn't personally recommend it unless you're making a flashy play for a montage. I give it a 2 out of 10. Yo, flashy play? What about... Don't even think about it, Drills. One of the latest re-additions to the game is the lock-on pistol. Even with its lock-on effect, I'd probably avoid using this weapon as you'll die before you've locked onto anyone. You can use the gun without locking on, but there's much better options in game. This one scores a 4 out of 10. The Shadow Tracker pistol tracks enemies after they've been hit. It may not do the most damage, but it can give great positional info to teammates. Because of this effect, it's earned a 7 out of 10 from me. The tactical pistol has a 2x headshot multiplier, decent range, fast fire rate, and can be found almost everywhere. A lot of perks work in sync with this pistol, including the light fingers augment, but I still wouldn't use it after early game as it gets outmatched heavily. These attributes lead to an overall rating of 7 out of 10. The flare gun isn't technically a pistol, but looks like one, so we'll add it into this section. It can burn structures, mark enemies, and be used as a great scouting tool. I'm actually rating this weapon as a 7 out of 10. Category 6, movement weapons. The katana and ODM's primary functions are for movement, but they can be used as weapons too. For the katana, you've got 2 options: the glide attack from movement and the slash attack. Both of these attacks will put you in a dangerous position up close, but they can be useful for catching players off guard in tight spaces. I'd keep the sword primarily for movement. As a weapon, the katana gets a 3 out of 10. As for the ODM, it gets more interesting. You can use ODM to break buildings or engage confused players. Combo this with a Havoc shotgun and lay down some heavy damage. Problem is, if you get shot out, you can't do anything until you land. And if you get shot out from too high up, you'll take full damage and you're dead. Keep the ODM for low aerial movement. Use it to break buildings to catch camping enemies off guard. As a weapon, the ODM is worth a 5 out of 10. Category 7, throwable weapons. Depending on the situation, there's 3 throwables in Fortnite right now. You've got the Thunder Spears, Firefly Jars, and Grenades. Personally, I don't use these items at all because I'd rather this slot go to utility or meds. They can be useful, however, directly after landing. They can cause early pressure and bad decisions from an opponent. Aside that, I wouldn't use them. I'm rating these a 2 out of 10 across the board. Category 8, best weapon combinations. Before we reveal the optimal loadouts, if this video helped you choose which weapons to use, then please consider liking the video and subscribing. Here's 3 different loadout combinations that I'd recommend for high-level ranked play. Which combination do you prefer out of these 3? And if you have your own ideas for combos, please let me know down in the comments below. Me and Amanda hitting Unreal tonight. Thank you, Stally. No worries, Drills. You know I got you. Make sure to use creator code Stallion in the item shop and code Stallion10 for 10% off over at fnatic.com/shop. And if this video helped you, then consider watching these ones.